The Coin Lady channel is pleased to have you back. Dear everyone, 25 billion XRP were sent to an exchange for cryptocurrencies. I believe there are currently around 54 billion XRP in circulation, so it's a significant amount. If that were to happen, it would be extremely concerning because there would only ever be 100 billion XRP in total. I take it that you're saying it's a hefty ask, and I agree with you. Naturally, when you realize you ought to be thinking, well, that doesn't make sense. In what way is that even conceivable? Who or what is even generating that? I mean, absolutely, Ripple's too. Yes, of course. The biggest individual XRP is held by Ripple holder. Of course, we are aware of that. However, escrow is a holding for nearly all of their assets. There aren't 25 billion of those swimming around. Therefore, you ought to be asking, what the fuck is happening here, even at that point? Does it contain any deceit? Is something going here that we haven't noticed? As it turns out, I will tell you the truth about what happened here. In any case, this was an attempt to exploit a Bitcoin exchange, and it was an attack. Concerns that 25 billion may flood an exchange, meaning it could theoretically be sold to the markets and cause XRP's price to fall, are valid concerns. Absolutely not. That has nothing to do with this. Honestly, I don't think so. I will collect all the details for you. I do, however, want something made clear before we go. I am not supported financially in any way. My counsel has nothing to do with money. Furthermore, you ought not to trade or purchase anything based on my advice, am I right? As a hobby and for fun, I enjoy making films on YouTube regarding crypto-related subjects. I'm just an enthusiast. If our coverage of this is first-rate, then we should give props to the crypto fundamental. Here are the facts, as reported in today's headline, 25 billion XRP transaction ? This is why, at this inflection point, we have the hybrid decision. Is summarized below. They warn that 25 billion XRP, or roughly half of the XRP supply, was recently transferred to the cryptocurrency exchange Bitfinex in an effort to take advantage of the platform, promoted as the market leader in on-chain whale tracking technology. A recent mistaken disclosure by Whale Alert may have unintentionally sparked a commotion in the XRP community. In an X post, the whale monitoring tool disclosed that a wallet that remains anonymous has transferred 25 billion XRP, the round amount, to Bitfinex, a well-known cryptocurrency exchange, in LCS. This transfer was valued at around $14.85 billion. Yesterday at 1932 Universal Time Coordinated, the deal was reportedly finalized, as stated in the disclosure. You can see it on the screen. And Irish Red Crypto was also sharing it with the community. They took a screenshot and posted it. Give props to Irish Red Crypto, he tagged me somewhere in this as well. Kind regards, sir. Thank you very much. Knowing that they are trustworthy and have an effective system in place, I did in fact notify them of this. Because it makes you stop and think, it does have an effect. Upon first glance, my assumption was that this was a habit. I initially thought it might be a bug, but now I realize there's a mistake. I initially thought that. However, that isn't all there is to it, an effort at an exploit did occur. Thus, there's a lot more going on than meets the eye in this tale. So, let's go on from the crypto fundamentals and finish the post. The XRP community was agog after this notification because it marked the biggest XRP transaction ever. Therefore, please, pause for a while and consider it. The greatest deal ever made. I really hope that not too many people saw this and thought, oh my god, or panic soul since, in my opinion, the situation is exactly as it appears, and then others write, not to mention that about half of all XRP tokens in circulation were involved in the transaction. The current supply of XRP tokens is 54.26 billion. The value of XRP would undoubtedly be significantly affected by a deal of this scale. Because market participants normally sell assets on exchanges, the fact that it supposedly entailed an influx to an exchange just made investors' worries worse. A few hours after the news broke, Nevertheless, the X account of the Whale of Alarms removed the post on the movement. The team confirmed it had trouble reading the answer from the XRP ledger node an hour after the purported transaction happened in a statement it released. They pointed out that the Whale Alert bot miscommunicated about XRP price changes because of this problem. Among these false posts was the one about the 25.6 billion XRP transaction. There is, however, more to the story than that, everyone. It's not merely that data was improperly retrieved from the ledger. Further, it's not like Whale Alert simply has a flawed mechanism that causes this. Instead, a new kind of this is clearly an effort at thievery. Indeed, it is. Take a look at this. The status quo is unchanged. Crypto Basics inquiry last night verified that a market player did, in fact, initiate the 25.6 billion XRP transaction. The relevant address was reportedly activated by a modification, according to data from XRPL Explore Bitstamp. Shortly after setting up a $1 billion trust line yesterday, the address began a transaction for 25.6 billion XRP. Unfortunately, the transaction was unsuccessful since the balance was insufficient. Obviously, they were short 25 billion XRP, so it's no surprise they weren't in the black. It surprises me that they write this. However, the Whale Alert bot mistakenly disclosed the transaction as successful because of technical difficulties with reading the XRPL node answer. At 4:27 UTC today, the address was erased, therefore it is currently dormant. I should mention that many individuals were under the impression that either Whale Alert was compromised or that they had malicious intentions. And I can see how your thoughts could have wandered to this conclusion. It person surprised me a little bit, though, if any of you believed it was the most likely result. Although I have noticed people making ridiculous assumptions, I would never assume that to be the most likely result. Bringing that up is completely absurd. To make sure everything is running smoothly, let's brainstorm as a group all the ways things could go wrong. No one is too responsible for it, in my opinion. But is it truly our goal? If so, what are they lack the authority to notify that account about what's coming up next, thus it's unclear what the purpose is. Despite their popularity and esteem, they lack the authority to make a difference. They just do not possess the authority to influence market fluctuations. They are free to publish anything, regardless of its veracity. This demonstrated it. It won't change a thing. They aren't famous, prestigious, or whatever the heck you want to call it. This is not the situation. Therefore, it is already there. Personally, I don't see the logic in it. Therefore, I thought it was just a bug. Of course, there was more to it than that, as I mentioned before. Now we may talk about the attempted hack. Take a look at this. According to a recent post by Bitfinex CTO Paulo Ardolino on X, an attacker tried to breach the company using a partial payments exploit, and Ardolino provided some insight into the motivations behind the transactions. Also, I really am not obligated to read the post. However, the article goes on to say that those are the real posts from social networking platform X. It is worth mentioning that the XRP ledger offers a feature called partial payments that enables network participants to send less money than what is specified in the amount field. By entering a big amount in the amount field, a partial payments exploit aims to take advantage of the XRPL flag. However, the actual amount sent is far smaller. After that, the exploiter crosses their fingers and hopes that the receiver system is hard-coded to ignore the supplied amount field in favor of the amount field. Unfortunately, the attempted hack was unsuccessful, according to Arduino, because the Bitfinex system rejected the transaction due to its concentration on the provided amount field. Curiously, CryptoBasic found out that another address tried to hack Nanch using a similar technique with 50 billion XRP, and that another address tried to exploit Bitfinex using repeated 50 billion XRP and 14 billion XRP transactions yesterday. The hackers' plans for possible exploits, it seems, didn't work out. As a result of the article's speculation, the XRP community is currently in a state of chaos. So, I'm going to stop jamming out here for a moment so that everyone can get the details. It turns out to be a gigantic nothing, but it's fascinating nonetheless. More importantly, I am aware of the details. Once again, Whale Alert didn't have any strange intentions. They have room to grow in their porn reporting and related areas. Hopefully, they will apply that to prevent future repeat transactions. They gave it the old college treatment, but I'd be astonished if any large exchange today fell for this hack effort. If you give that a go, you might find a small pitch for hackers. The least I can say is that I was unsuccessful. Nothing I say should influence your decision to buy or sell, because I am not a financial advisor. Catch you later, farewell.